This is a 2009 Ford F-150 Platinum crew cab. The headliner is coming down. I've tried several things. Velcro, extra strength Velcro, but nothing seems to keep it up there. It's a common problem. So what I've got is these snap rivets. You can find them on Amazon. Actually a cloth material on the cover that snaps on when you're done to match the interior. This one's beige. So in the frame of the truck, you can see how it kind of dips down right here. So that's kind of flat there and it dips down. I'm going to put the screws in that area right there. So there's no way, they're kind of short, so there's no way that they're going to intrude on, you know, this shade pulling back and forth like this. And there's no way for it to hit the glass if you have a sunroof. If not, don't worry about it. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to center one and then measure equal distances so that it looks symmetrical. It won't look sloppy when it's all done. So here's what I've been dealing with. I use different types of Velcros, all the big brand name strong glues and adhesive caulks, and nothing sticks. There's a plastic frame behind the headliner, and then you're trying to adhere to that, and then the steel, the structured part of the underside of the roof. In between the heat and just the constant gravity down pull of the headliner, nothing holds. So here's the snap ring. You're going to pre-drill a hole in the metal frame above your headliner. I'll show you in just a minute. There is a safe way of doing that. So that's going to screw into the frame, and then your cap is going to snap over top of it. You also want to have a small drill bit that will pre-drill into the metal. Not too big. You don't want it, I don't know if you can see that. You still have a lot of thread on each side of the drill bit. You don't make it too big, otherwise the screw won't grab the metal. Turn it around so maybe you can see it better. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, so what I did was I found the center mark. I actually made a few marks, but determined that that one right there's about the center. I used this handle here, line it up with the light to kind of get an idea. And what I'm going to do is space out the screws. I'm going to put 5 total, so I went 11 inches from the center to the furthest one, split that, so 5.5, and then the same on the other direction. Went 5.5 and 11, so there'll be 5 across there. So the other thing I did was I measured back 1.5 inches from the edge of here to here, which is from the edge of this, it's about 1.5 inches to the middle of that ridge right there. And you want to go ahead and pull this shut if you have a sunroof, so your drill bit doesn't punch through and damage your cover. And you're going to see it come up to where it's going to be right in the middle of that ridge. And go ahead and drill a hole. So a couple of issues I ran into were, initially I was going to drill a hole into the frame that I showed you and then put the screw into it. So this screw wasn't matching up with the drill bit that I had. It wasn't threading in real good, so I tried another screw similar, a little bit longer, and it still won't go in. So what I resorted to was a self-tapper steel screw designed to drill into steel, so the threads are perfect size, perfect match. And the other thing I ran into was a thickness. So the thickness, you can see, and compared to my finger, it's about 3/4 inch. And these little screws that came with it just aren't long enough. These self-tappers that I found are actually probably an inch, inch and an eighth. But you have to be really careful not to drill any deeper than the depth of that little bump there. You don't want to go any deeper because above that is your roof. You want to drill through your roof. And even with the self-tapper, it gets to a certain point and it stops drilling. And you can't go any further. So what I've been doing is with a screwdriver I can feel how much pressure I'm putting on it. I don't want to break the screw off. This steel is really strong. See, it's starting to go in now. There we go. Alright, now I can put the caps on. Okay, so I didn't feel real good about putting this long screw in there just because of the clearance behind that first piece of metal. So what I ended up doing was I found a similar screw. It's just not a self-tapper, same exact threads and everything, so the hole that the self-tapper makes, the screw will perfectly fit. So now it's time to put the snap rings on. You know, make sure every one of them, you're not going too deep to snag your sunroof cover. Okay, so the final touch is just putting the cloth covers on, cover up the screws. And there it is. And again, it's not hindering the cover at all. Just be sure you don't drill too deep. Careful. Hope this helps.